Something unpredictable, but in the end is right. I hope you have the time of your
Welcome, graduates, parents, friends, faculty, and guests. The Butte High School class of 2017, and I thank you for attending and being a part of this occasion. Since graduation is a ceremony, not a celebration, we ask the audience, as guests, to please provide our graduates with your undivided attention. Now I have the honor of introducing the people seated with us tonight. Mr. Dennis Clegg, Business Director. Trustee Becky Nichols. Trustee J.P. Gallagher. Trustee Ann Boston. Trustee Patty Hepla. Administrative Assistant Debbie Burns. Superintendent Judy Jonart. HR Director Therese McClafferty. Trustee Suzanne Donhauer. Trustee Carol Wold. Assistant Principal for Activities, Mr. Chuck Merrifield. Assistant Principal for Academics, Mrs. Brenda Florine. It is now my privilege to introduce the three salutatorians representing the class of 2017. Shane Thomas Cox. Shane is the son of Sam and Tammy Cox. Would Mr. and Mrs. Cox please stand? Shane will study business and information technology at Montana Tech. Jordan M. Lobb. Jordan is the daughter of Ken Lobb and Terry Connors. Would Mr. Lobb and Miss Connors please stand? Jordan plans to major in biochemistry at Montana Tech. Petrea Ryan. Petrea is the daughter of Mark Ryan and Carol Hausman. Would Mr. Ryan and Miss Hausman please stand? Petrea will pursue a fine arts degree at the Kansas City Art Institute. It is now my distinct honor and with great pride that I introduce to you the 9 valedictorians of Butte High School, class of 2017. Caitlin D. Carmody. Caitlin is the daughter of John and Amy Carmody. Would Mr. and Mrs. Carmody please stand? Caitlin will attend Montana State University and major in engineering. Alyssa J. Cook. Alyssa is the daughter of Arnold and Laura Cook. Would Mr. and Mrs. Cook please stand? Alyssa plans to major in mechanical engineering at Montana State University. Paige Elizabeth Manson. Paige is the daughter of Dan and Kristen Manson. Would Mr. and Mrs. Manson please stand? Paige will major in pharmacy at Boise State University. Camille Marie McEwen. Camille is the daughter of David and Amelia McEwen. Would Mr. and Mrs. McEwen please stand? Camille will attend Montana Tech to study biological sciences. Joby Marie Rosenleaf. Joby is the daughter of Ozzie and Sunvi Rosenleaf. Would Mr. and Mrs. Rosenleaf please stand? Joby will study health and human performance at Montana State University. McKenna L. Savage. McKenna is the daughter of Randall and Shauna Savage. Would Mr. and Mrs. Savage please stand? McKenna will attend Montana Tech and major in electrical engineering. Samuel J. Schonsberg. Samuel is the son of Pete and Lisa Schonsberg. Would Mr. and Mrs. Schonsberg please stand? Samuel plans to study saxophone performance and music composition at the University of Montana. Caitlin Marie Sheehan. Caitlin is a daughter of Robert and Rochelle Boone. Would Mr. and Mrs. Boone please stand? Caitlin will attend Idaho State University to major in biochemistry. Sean T. Staples. Sean is the son of Tom Staples and Laurel Staples. Would Mr. Staples and Miss Staples please stand? Sean plans to study astrophysics at the University of Montana. Ladies and gentlemen, the academic leaders of the Butte High School class of 2017. Seven valedictorians of the class of 2017 will speak. We will first hear an address from Joby Rosenleaf, Caitlin Sheehan, and Alyssa Cook, followed by an address from Caitlin Carmody and McKenna Savage. then Sean Staples, and closing with a speech from Sam Schonsberg. I would now like to introduce Joby, Caitlin, and Alyssa.
Hey Joby, how much does a polar bear weigh?
Alyssa, don't.
I don't know. How much?
Enough to break the ice?
Well, now that cringeworthy moment is over, we would like to welcome you all to the Butte High Class of 2017 graduation.
Whether you're a graduate or a loved one, we'd like to thank you for taking the time to celebrate the accomplishments of each and every student here tonight.
Our high school experiences have all been shaped in different ways and highlighted by different things, but undoubtedly, over the past 4 years, we've all learned a lot, done a lot, and created some unforgettable memories.
Although we're moving on to the next steps of our lives, it is important that we take the time to appreciate the steps that we've taken to get where we are now.
Speaking of steps, sophomore year, I promised my friend Rachel that I'd mention her stairs in my speech if I became a valedictorian. Don't ask me why. Even though the stairs started as a promise to a friend, they've turned into a small piece of my time in high school that I haven't forgotten.
Every experience we've all had can be looked back upon in one way or another. We've all had learning experiences, fun, memorable times that we'll never forget, and even small inside jokes that some we've already forgotten and some that we probably won't remember in a few years.
Exactly. From games to concerts to pep assemblies.
From making new friends, finding ourselves, and growing into young adults.
These years have been important and are meant to be remembered.
We'd like to thank our teachers for giving us the means to learn and grow.
Our coaches for showing us how to dedicate our time and energy in order to succeed and get better at our hobbies and athletics.
Our friends for having our backs no matter what, and for offering some of the most memorable experiences.
And especially our parents and loved ones for being supportive role models throughout everything.
It hasn't been easy, but it's been worth it, and I don't think that any of us would have been able to do it on our own.
With that, we'd like to thank you for being here and introduce our next speakers, Katie Carmody and McKenna Savage.
Should I be worried about next year?
No, not at all.
Really?
Well, the way I see it, worrying just means you suffer twice.
Katie, quoting Fantastic Beasts doesn't necessarily make you a wizard.
That is what the government wants you to think.
Okay, well then, moving on.
Before we get started, we would like to just take a moment to remember our classmates who have passed and could not be here with us tonight.
4 years doesn't seem like a long time, but a lot has happened.
We survived the power outage of 2013.
We studied the halls like no other when there were no subs to be found.
We stuck out 55 minutes of a winter fire drill.
Hey Katie, do you want to build a snowman?
That's okay, I already am one.
And Coach Gray might not have been a star at musical chairs, but he certainly saw a few stars after being body slammed by Mr. Faulkner at homecoming.
Some people say high school is the best 4 years of your life.
But we believe they forgot the words, so far.
Whatever you want to be, the time is now. There's nothing left to wait for, so go make it happen.
The future is not limited by who we are now, but by who we become after today. There's nothing to stop us from achieving our dreams so long as we believe in ourselves.
Because impossible is not a fact, it's a challenge.
So always dream big and shoot for the stars, but never forget that you have to build the rocket to get there, one day at a time. And it's a long process, so you better start now.
As you fly off to different places, remember where you came from and who got you there, because those are the people who showed you it was possible.
There are many walls ahead of us, but let it be noted that we never shied away from a challenge. Not only did we climb over walls, we ran into them, blindfolded.
Tonight we are sitting here as Butte High students one last time, but we will soon be on our way. It was a privilege to share these 4 years with all of you, and we cannot wait to see the people you all become. So take one last look around and enjoy the night, because tomorrow we all head off to our new adventures.
Best of luck, class of 2017, and a big shout out to Mr. Johnson for helping me get to this point in my education. And now is our privilege to introduce Sean Staples. Go get 'em, dogs!
After graduation, we are all going to take a walk through the woods. The woods are dense, with a single-track trail quietly threading its way into what seems like nothingness, but certainly leads somewhere. In fact, the trail has an infinite number of destinations that someone may come to with their life. Many travelers will have a final destination set in mind, while others are simply going wherever they end up. It is uncertain whether a traveler will reach their intended destination, stay at the destination, or continue on elsewhere. The trail doesn't necessarily have to be hiked alone. You can travel with a few people, a large group, or however you desire. If you are traveling with others, it is recommended to remind yourself that most people end with different destinations. Therefore, enjoy your company while you have it. Like most trails, our path has countless numbers of opportunities. We will come to forks in the road, run into obstacles, and find what interests us. Some may branch off onto an unintended path when given the opportunity, but that does not mean that they won't come back and continue on towards where they were once going. It is okay to go off path at times. It's all part of the experience. Sometimes the unintended path will even end up becoming the path that you had always been looking for. The path will be easier at times for some than for others. We all face challenges differently, which is why we should each go prepared with what fits us best. Blisters, dehydration, sunburns, mosquitoes, poison ivy, hunger, and overpacking are all small challenges that can be overcome. Relentless forward progress is always the key. There is no need to rush the trail, because the trail is your life. Your destination will still be waiting at the end whether you rush or not. Take the time to enjoy your journey. The trail is always changing. There are gorgeous open vistas, open fields full of wildflowers, steep climbs, and dense forested areas. Some areas of the trail will be preferred over others. Some people may come to a section of the trail where they feel uncomfortable, scared, lost, unknowing, and lonely. Remember, those feelings are only temporary. You cannot let them stop you from going wherever it is you want to go in life. Take a second to look around and see all of the life surrounding you. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath and remember that you are okay. The birds are still chirping, the forest is still growing, and the path continues on. Now I'd like to introduce Sam Schonsberg.
Thanks, Sean. Now, I'd like to talk a little bit about music. And don't check out right away just because I said music. Trust me, this speech probably has some merit, even if you hate music. And don't worry, Miss Jonart and Mr. O'Neill, I won't be bashing the school system in this speech. Most people see music as an accessory to life. It's there or it isn't. And most of the time, it doesn't really matter what's playing. However, if you've ever practiced and played music, then you know exactly how much comes from it and goes into it. Persistence, dedication, commitment, and so many hours of practice. But that's really anything in life boiled down. Practice makes perfect. Well, minus gambling. But more importantly, music can teach you how to work with others and show you when you need help. Some may not like to admit it, but we've all needed help, whether it be those 12 measures of hell in your solo, or whether you just needed someone to vent to. By reaching out to others, we can accomplish so much more than we ever could on our own. But that's not the only lesson of music. Knowing how your part fits in is essential to the sound of the piece, and knowing how the parts of others fits in is even more difficult. You may not always have the melody, but that never means you don't matter. After all, the melody is hollow without its support. Of course, there are more parts to music than just melody and support, but this isn't a music theory lecture, so I'll move on. If you've ever attended a concert or listened to an album, you know that there's more to it than just one song. That's what high school was, one song in the album of your life. If you feel like you didn't play your best or you just didn't like the tune, that's okay. There'll always be another song, another chance to be you. And I don't mean the fake you that others see. I mean the real you. So in the coming years, be you and play to your best ability. Even if you miss a note, there's always another just ahead. Oh, and don't forget to savor the rests. Now, I'd like to introduce our principal, Mr. John Metz.
The class of 2017 has 279 graduating members. Since the fall of 2013, they have worked hard in making their high school years productive and their experience positive. The accomplishments, distinctions, and honors garnered by these young men and women are numerous. As a group, this class has accepted academic scholarship valued at over $2 million. While time does not permit us to mention them all individually, I would ask that you review your program for individual student recognition and honors. I would now like to recognize a special group of graduating students, the senior members of the National Honor Society. Please stand. These students were selected for having maintained a high academic standard as well as displaying the qualities of leadership, character, and service. Members of this group can be distinguished by the gold cord they wear. Another group of students deserving special recognition are the members of the National Science Honor Society. Please stand. These students were selected for having maintained high academic standards in science. These members can be distinguished by their gold, purple, and green cord. Lastly, I would like to recognize the special people whose hard work and dedication have helped to make this event possible. Butte High School faculty and staff, Mrs. Brenda Florine, Assistant Principal of Academics, Mr. Chuck Merrifield, Assistant Principal, Athletic Director, Miss Marilyn Vanina, Dean of Women, and Mr. Wes Peters, Dean of Men, Miss Hilma Parks, our Senior Counselor, School District Number 1 Board of Trustees, Mrs. Judy Jonart, Superintendent of Schools, Mr. Eric Mankins and Mr. Chris Fisk, Senior Class Advisors, Butte High School office staff, Lori Roberts, Debbie Burns, Sherry Stewart, Pat Powers, Shauna Clark, and Nancy Lacey, Mr. Brian Tobin and the BHS Band, Mr. Ted Farabee and the BHS Choir, Mrs. Holly Carpenter and the BHS Cheerleaders for the decorations, Mr. Bill Melvin, his staff, and Butte Silver Bow for the use of this facility. And most of all, thank you, the parents, family, and friends of the class of 2017 for helping to make this event very special. I will now turn the program over to Mrs. Florine and Mrs. Heppola for the presentation of diplomas.
Caitlin R. Alley. Evan Matthew Anderson. William P. Anderson. Israel B. Aquino. Zachary C. Archibald. Brighton T. Armstrong. Colton J. Baker. Haley M. Bowman. Jessica L. Beck. Brett E. M. Bentley. Trey B. Berger. Cole Joseph Booth. Marissa Ann Boucher. Jake R. Bowling. William V. Brandon. Jaden Marie Bronson. Diedrich Nelson Brush. Sadie J. Burns. Ian C. Campbell. Nicholas L. Campbell. Mackenzie L. G. Cantwell. Kylie J. Caprera. Zachary W. Carden. Caitlin D. Carmody. Tyler J. Casey. Shelby L. Cashel. Riley Ray Shabolsky. Ashley L. Cerise. Madison L. Chiotti. Alicia Ivy Christensen. Hannah L. Colvin. Abigail C. Combs. Alyssa J. Cook. Ethan Scott Cooney. Morgan O. Cooper. Dawson D. Cormier. Shane Thomas Cox. Jeffrey L. Kronk. Valerie B. Crouch. Brianna May Kunin. Justin Cunningham. Sienna Teal Cup. Jessica M. DRC. Alicia R. Daly. Savannah M. Daniels. Duncan B. Davis. Nicole A. Davison. Cord D. DeBerti. Neldon A. J. Dennison. Daniel R. DeWolf. Zachary M. Dinius. Riley Austin Dobb. Abigail A. Dodge. Renzi Doherty. Brenna L. Doyle. Rachel M. Driver. Jacob W. D. Duran. Kadrick J. Earls. Seth S. Erickson. Jesse R. Ewalt. Anna Marie Farmer. Noelle K. Furch. Darren L. Ferguson. Rosefina May Fisk. Sierra Lee Fleming. William Joey Fleming. Titan D. M. Flink. Devin J. Frank. Leanne Nicole Frederick. Amber Elizabeth Freeborn. Riley T. Frey. Jade A. Fox. Bryce P. Gallagher. Genevieve K. Gardner. Britton M. Garrett. Jeremy B. Goosey. Houston R. T. Green. Alicia Ann Guzman. Zachary T. Gorder. Sheridan A. Hafer. Mackenzie R. Helverson. Matthew Paul Hannanen. McKenna Hay Hansen. Caleb Michael Hash. Brandon Lee Hubbard Bruhard. William D. Haxby. Michaela Catherine Haynes. Lexi Lee Hazel. Jorianne R. Heikkinen. Bryson Michael Henningsen. Jason William Hill. Madeline K. Hoff. Wyatt F. Hooper. Dante J. Huber. Austin Hungerford. Christopher J. Ilston. Carly M. Jackson. Brian Kyle Johnson. Brody Flynn Johnson. Crystal Lynn Johnson. Jason E. Johnson. Madison R. Jones. Zachary K. Jones. Justine R. Jordan. Nathan R. Kent. Jessica Sierra Kerr. Alex N. Kober. Aurora Wilda Copeland. Kyle Walter Conda. Cindy L. Kramer. Oscar R. Cronenberger. Samantha Curzan. Abigail Marie Kump. Jonathan D. LaBrush. Blake R. Leducer. Brian David LaFond. Logan J. Laframboy. Brittany E. Ann Lawrence. Hope L. Lawson. Cameron Lee Levitt. Austin M. Lee. Alicia M. Lysick. Jordan M. Lobb. Levi Thomas Loggins. Telsa R. Lopech. Jake Andrew Lovshin. Ryson T. Lovshin. Matthew H. A. Lucas. Marcus Daniel Lynch. David James Paul McCumber. Haley Louise Ruby Madison. Jessica A. L. Magoon. Tyler A. Mackey. Jaylee J. Malachny. Paige Elizabeth Manson. Jacob Daniel Masters. Nathan R. Maynard. Bailey I. McCarthy. Devin Nelson McCarthy. Ethan Andrew McCaughey. Jacob Connor McDonald. Camille Marie McEwen. Stephanie M. McGillen. Hunter David McGinnis. Blaze A. McGlenn. Peyton D. McGrath. Caitlin E. Magruder. Tuesday McKee. Caleb R. McLean. Keisha R. McNeil. Kaylee G. McCrill. Haley K. Malott. Connor J. Miller. Zegan Wade Moden. Riley J. Monson. Colton Tyler Montoya. Gage M. C. Mudre. Clayton I. Moody. Jacob A. Moore. Sarah R. Maroney. Joshua James Moda. Corby J. Murphy. Riley J. Murphy. Anthony Michael Nardiello. Curtis J. Noggle. Trenton C. Noggle. Brady J. Nazer. Talia M. A. Nichols. Brady Keith Nocter. Ashton M. Nolan. William T. O'Connor. Alexis Dawn Ogren Peterson. Michaela A. Osmus. Natasha L. Park. Charles Daniel Patriti Jr. Joshua Daniel Paul. Sierra J. Peak. Sydney Ann Pendergrast. Hannah K. Perella. Bailey D. Perkins. Grace E. Peterson. Ethan J. Pezdark. Ariana Justice Dawn Pesci. Amanda E. Pickle. Brock William Andrew Powell. Bianca A. Pratt. Tristan Puccinelli. Vesna E. Radoyasic. Logan R. Randall. Kyle J. Rao. Bailey A. Rawson. Alexis Ann Reed. Caitlin M. Reichley. Hannah Jo Richards. Riley John Reardon. Darren J. Rivera. Brady C. F. Roberts. Tyra Lee Rodriguez. Isaiah A. Rodriguez. Joby Marie Rosenleaf. Mackenzie D. Rosenleaf. Harmony C. Rudy. Amber Noel Rundle. Carson P. Rashensky. Seth A. Russell. Jacob M. Rutz. Petrea Ryan. Lauren E. Sampson. Danielle Renee Sanchez. Marcus R. Sanderson. Eponine R. Sandin. McKenna L. Savage. Kaya Joe A. Shadler. Jaron T. Schaefer. Christian S. Schock. Caden J. Schonsberg. Samuel J. Schonsberg. Ryan Jordan Schultz. Brooke A. Seitz. Cheyenne C. Seymour. Caitlin Marie Sheehan. Jory R. Sholey. Rachel Silva. Eva M. Smith. Sydney Louise Smith. Marietta R. Serini. Michaela Lynn Spangler. JC J. Sprunger. Madison L. Stallman. Sean T. Staples. Dylan Matthew Steele. Nathan P. Steelman. Zachary J. Stenson. Weston D. Stout. Shania M. Stringer. Matthew R. Sweet. Haley Nicole Temple. Victoria Templin. Jory M. Thatcher. Bryce F. Thomas. Eric C. Todd. Janae L. Valley. Hunter Michael Vlock. Jacob T. Vesco. Tyler B. Vetter. Brianna N. Wagner. Kyle J. Waldy. Alyssa Ann Walsh. Jared Walsh. Caden J. Walsh. James N. Watson. Cheyenne R. West. William A. Wheeler. Brianna L. White Hindman. Caitlin C. Wiggin. Alexis Rose Williams. Travis J. Williams. Olivia S. Wixton. Travis J. Wixton. Michael J. Wombald. Ryan Michael Wanacott. Bailey Joe Riley Woodley. Madison K. Yost. Mariah J. Yother. Madison J. Zeiler.
Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the class of 2017. Thank you and be safe.